What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement, still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. We're going to have this tough conversation one more again. That wasn't me passing gas. That was the dang on chair. Okay? It squeaks. Now, if you see this, it's actually a YouTube channel thing where there were kids on OnlyFans who were making money selling explicit pictures and doing explicit videos of themselves on OnlyFans. Now, the trial is over per se. We'll see if there's an appeal and all that other stuff. And people have labeled R. Kelly the monster. Okay, no problem. But this conversation about older men, older guys and younger girls, the part that people don't want to touch on is this. There are younger girls out here who know that they're young, who purposely advertise themselves to older men, and guys have to figure out if they're a child or not. And nothing is happening to these little girls except for, part of this, not just trafficking, but part of the missing little girls thing, the girls going missing all the time, is people are snatching these little girls up because you do have predators out here who figure out they're dealing with children, and they're like, this gullible little sucker, I could just snatch them up. And what makes these girls victim to this is we're not really watching them like we should be. We know, and the bad part about it is we know they're doing this stuff, but we have this psychological break where it's just, we stop with it's a girl and you should protect girls and women and she's a little girl and because she's a girl, you got to just let all of it slide. No. To me, it's the same issue you would have if you knew little young boys were committing crimes that could get them killed, like gangbanging and drugs, and you go, but that's a little kid, that's a little boy, and yes, he's out there dealing drugs, and yes, he's out there with criminals committing crime, but nothing should happen to him. He should not get arrested. He should not get beat up. He should not possibly get killed for being a criminal because he's a little boy. That doesn't happen. People go, if you jump off the porch and put yourself in that environment, you got to take whatever goes along with it. So why is it important to have this conversation is, at the end of the day, if you don't fix this problem, if we don't fix this problem, we're just going to keep pushing it off on guys. Girls are going to continue to do it, and you're going to have more and more young girls in these situations. What is the famous twins? You see how they were getting into it so much because they were girls. You're supposed to look out for little girls. Got their daddy killed. Got, the shooter got life. The guy who trying to avenge somebody getting shot got life because he killed the wrong person. An old guy died. And then a month later, they out fighting again. See how you see how and don't be surprised if they get caught a month from now, 2 months from now, at it again doing something crazy. Because we never nip in the bud when the girls are out of pocket. I bring up, online, and I brought this up a few other times, the Busted Challenge. If you looked at that Busted Challenge enough, and you don't have to look at it a lot to be enough, you'll see girls who you like, does she look young or is she young? And then the screen switches, and then she starts the busted thing, and you look at it and you're like, that's a little girl who just started looking like a grown woman. And that's okay. That's okay, right? We place the blame on nightclubs for letting these young girls in with fake IDs. That's okay. But if she was able to be 15, 16, 17, depending on the state, right? Whatever their age of consent is. If she was under the age of consent and her parents have a habit of her doing grown-up stuff and them just being cool with it, or them not being on top of it and finding out about it, and she's going out into the adult world, dressed up as an adult, coming back to the house in adult attire on a regular basis. And you're looking at her, what the heck? That's not my little girl. That's a, she out here looking for the grown guys. But you're waiting to slap the hammer on. If I catch you with somebody, if you 16 and I catch you with a 25-year-old, he going to jail. Okay? Put him in jail. And then when he's in jail, and the next 25-year-old comes along, you put him in jail. And the next 25-year-old comes along, and you put him in jail. When are you going to address your daughter? Because then if 17 is the legal age of consent, when she's 17, you know who she's going to be dating? 25-year-olds. And the flip side about this is with this thing is, in essence, the way the laws work, OnlyFans you don't really have they skirted by the verification process of age to be able to get online and do this. But so OnlyFans can be tricked. An algorithm, a computer can be tricked. And in some ways, you can, if you really wanted to, you can put the responsibility of the guys who are sending the money to be prosecuted for whatever type of sex crime you want. But you know who got the money and who got paid and who tricked the people? The little girl. Now, I don't know how you're going to protect these little girls if you can't address these little girls. That's the issue. We quick to throw the hammer down on these adults, and I get it. But if you never throw the hammer down on these little girls, this behavior continues to permeate because it ain't the other way around. There's a segment of these young girls out here hunting for grown men. And until you address that, we're going to have a problem. But I'm done. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.